Good afternoon. It's Friday, and it's time for the Workday Recap. Today was not too busy a day, just a lot of traveling. I had to go to St. Augustine, to this hydro aluminum plant. They're doing a circuit cutover next week, and I was supposed to be there to hook up the new circuit today just so we could test it. And it turned out that the proper cables weren't in place. Plus, the end user didn't know that when we test, it's an intrusive test, so their phone system was going to go down for, if everything went well, it would have been down for about 30 minutes. So the end user asked if we could reschedule. So that's been rescheduled to, that was my brakes. That's been rescheduled to Monday at 4 p.m. So Monday's going to be a late day. But getting on to, I had no idea what this place was, just by the work order. So getting to these places is oftentimes an adventure in itself. And I got there, and there was a security guard, and the end user had no idea that we were coming. So it was a little bit difficult getting through the security gate, but I was able to get my badge and get over to the building where the end user was. So that worked out. But still, we had to reschedule and whatever. Then I told you guys about that bank cabling call that's been put off for a little over a week. I was able to call the end user this morning at the bank and let her know that between 12 and 1 we would be there this afternoon. And I finally got out of that first job and had to travel pretty far. There's a guy behind me riding my butt. Apparently I'm not going fast enough, even though I'm going 50 in a 45. I really hate drivers here. Anyways, so I booked it. I probably could have gotten pulled over a couple of times, but I was real careful. I ended up getting there with 7 minutes to spare before 1. My boss was going on the job with me because it was going to take 2 people. There was a huge horseshoe desk. I mean, solid wood, a couple $1,000 worth of wood in this desk. So it was going to require 2 people. But so my boss got there about 1:45, and then I showed up about 7 minutes till 1. So the end user was happy we were actually on time with this call and able to get out there. So that was always good. But my boss ended up starting with the desk, and I kind of helped him and told him what I found out about the desk, about the mounting or the brackets that hold it together. And he got started on that, and while he was doing that, I got started pulling the cable in. And I had the cable pulled all the way to this lady's office before my boss had the desk apart. And little did we know that mounted underneath the desk was one of the panic buttons for the alarm. Thankfully we didn't set it off, but we did have to take that button off so we could get to one of the brackets that was holding the desk together. We were real careful. Thankfully it didn't go off. Otherwise we would have had a bunch of cops there. But anyways, we got the desk apart and finished pulling in the cable, then I terminated it at the patch panel in the network rack and ran a patch cord from the port I put it on to the switch and terminated it on a brand new Cat 5 jack in the office location. And we gave her a new I had to cut off the old network cable because the types of jacks they were using, we don't use those. They're old. So I had to re-terminate her network cable for her phone and her PC as well, which was no big deal, but just a little bit of extra work. And sorry about the sun in my face, but so I got that terminated. We labeled it, buttoned it all up, made it look all nice and pretty, and tested it by plugging the phone into the jack. And since it's an IP phone and it gets its power over the network cable, that was a good test, because if you plug it in and it doesn't turn on, then the cable's not working or it's not terminated properly. But the phone came on with both jacks, so that was good. It's always nice when things work the first time. The next thing we had to do was move her PC onto the floor, because she had a bunch of cables draped all over her desk and she didn't like the way it looked with the old location of the PC. So I told her, while we're there, since we got the desk out, we'll just move it back and leave a space to put it behind the desk on the floor for easier access. So we did that, and it looked pretty neat. I hooked up the printer, the network printer. It pulled an IP address. I called up the tech support guy so he could get into it and configure it and map her to it so she could print to it, and anybody else can print to it. But that was good. We finished up that job in about 2.5 hours. And the best part was the boss let me be lead tech on it. Since I had gone and done the site survey and gotten the relationship with the end user, my boss actually asked me to tell him what to do. So that was pretty cool. That doesn't happen that often. But, yep, we got it done pretty quickly. Now I'm headed home. It's a little bit after 5. 73 degrees out. Still a very beautiful day. And thankfully it's Friday. Looks like tomorrow I'm going... tomorrow is Kay's birthday. So I've been invited to a little cookout at Gaines's house. So that's going to be fun. I got to go out and get Kay a birthday card. I didn't forget, I've been too tired at the end of the day on the weekdays. So I'll get her a little happy birthday card, and that'll be that. Yeah, just driving now. Almost home. Can't wait to get home. I didn't really take any pictures today, so I don't have any pics of the day to show you.